Barrett, who is the transportation director? Transportation manager of the town of Lexington. So part of her overview are our Lex Express buses, which are here. So they will be leaving soon. Let's see if they leave on time. So tell us everything.
Sure, I'll tell you everything. First of all, thank you for letting me be here today. I really appreciate your segments. I know I've learned a lot from them. So I'll talk about Lex Express first, and then we can talk about some of the other services that we have in town that we try to connect people with. Lex Express is a fixed-route bus service that's been in operation since 1979.
Wow.
Started with some funding support from the MBTA so that we could pull people out of the neighborhoods, get them connected to the MBTA, but also become a service where they could get to other places, whether it's to shopping, to school, after-school activities, work, and so forth. So it's been operating since 1979, and the routes sometimes have changed throughout the years, but there's a lot of them that have actually remained the same because they end up having relatively strong ridership. So the buses, like our Route B, which you can see right there, that's the one that goes up to Burlington. So that one goes,
the mall.
Yeah, it goes to the mall. Along the way, it stops at Middlesex Commons, where Market Basket and some other retail is. Goes to the mall, goes all the way to Leahy, Burlington now, where people can go there or connect with the Lowell Regional Transit Authority. We meet up with their services there as well. So we also find that some people from outside Lexington use it to get to jobs and other things here in Lexington. And then one of our other buses, Route C, that's the one that I just came off of, because my office is at the community center and it stops there. But it also goes to Arlington Heights Busway, in addition to traveling into some of the neighborhoods out in that direction. And the Arlington Heights Busway is a great place to connect with some other buses, such as the 77, which is like, people love that bus. It goes to Harvard Square, people like that one. It's an MBTA bus. And then our last bus, the Route A, that one has our longest route. It goes all the way into northwest Lexington, comes back down through the center, and then travels down to the most southeastern corner, like kind of where Waltham and Belmont come together. So past Concord and Waltham Street to Avalon, Lexington Hills, turns around and comes back. So Lex Express as a fixed route service, it is very similar to the MBTA, but definitely has its differences. You know, if you're riding the MBTA, you go and you wait at a bus stop. With Lex Express, there are no bus stops. You won't see really any bus stop signs, although we do have one here at the depot. What you do is you wave to the driver. It's called a flag system. So a lot of smaller systems operate this way. It offers a little bit more flexibility. So as long as you know where the route is, and we've got route maps, and you can look online, lexexpress.us, you just wave to the driver as he's approaching. He'll slow down, stop, and let you on. And to get off, either tell the driver if you're sitting close enough, or you can just pull a cord, which is on either side of the bus. All our fare information is on our schedule. It's online. For seniors, it's free in the middle of the day, 9:30 to 2:30.
Wow.
Just 75 cents outside of that. We have discounts for youth. We also have tickets, which are really handy. Youth ridership, like kids love to ride Lex Express. I think their parents like it too, because it means less places they have to drive them to.
Like the mall.
Yeah, so tickets are really handy to stuff in their backpack. So any questions, we're happy to help people learn how to use the service or how to use our app, where you can track the real-time bus arrival information.
Right.
Yeah, and the neat thing about Lex Express is then that service combined with our MBTA service. So we have, normally we have two buses, MBTA buses, the 62 and the 76 that come through Lexington. Right now we just have the combined 62-76. We hope the other will come back. But between those two services, 100% of Lexington is within 3/4 of a mile of transit. And the overwhelming majority of the town is within about a half mile of transit, which is great. So it's a little better than some of the other suburbs, maybe to our west, in terms of our connectivity. In our office, we have Lex Express schedules. We run around and put out the print schedules for the MBTA, and we also educate people about those services. And I want to make sure your viewers know that there's also an additional service in town that comes right here, twice a day in the morning, twice a day in the afternoon. Stops in front of Lexington Historical Society, and it's called the Rev Alewife Shuttle. And it gives you an express ride to Alewife.
Wow.
So, and it operates at peak time services. So it's called the Rev Alewife Shuttle. So really handy. So we like to tell people about those services, and if you're not able to use those services, let's say you just don't know how, we're happy to help you. We also host events where the MBTA comes and they'll let you bring an MBTA bus right up to the community center and do training sessions to teach people how to ride the MBTA. So it's really great. So now that COVID is hopefully calming down, we might do some more of those things, and our community center just opened. We also help people though if they can't use those services. Maybe they have a mobility issue, so they might not be able to do the walking to get to the bus. So we let them know about some other options, such as a paratransit service. We have a service called The Ride. We explain how that works and what they need to do to become eligible. We also have a senior taxi program. So for seniors, it's kind of a nice safety net when all of the above just doesn't work. And in addition to that, we're super fortunate to be able to offer free rides to medical appointments. And it's primarily seniors that take advantage of it, but it's not limited to seniors. Normally, this service is provided by a wonderful community organization called FISH. They've been on a COVID hiatus, but we obtained a grant so that we could still offer those free rides to medical appointments via a contracted taxi service. So that's what we're doing, and we hope that once FISH comes back, we'll be able to supplement, because sometimes they can't provide all the rides that people are looking for. So I hope that we'll be able to supplement that.
Oh, that's very nice. So where will they go? If you have an appointment in Boston, will they take you to a Boston doctor?
To Boston, anywhere in the Boston metro area.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's very nice.
It's really great. It's super handy, especially for sometimes people just have a lot of appointments, or our seniors, they're not able to drive anymore, and they're not able to use the public transit, and it just relieves a lot of stress in thinking how you're going to get to and from your appointments.
Or if your kids are all at work, which we run into with like my mom, right? Like, okay, which one is going to take her to her doctor's appointment?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah,
That's nice.
so we're really fortunate to have that, and now I hope we can maintain some of this funding so that we can supplement FISH for any rides that they can't do. But FISH is a great service. I'm going to put in a little plug for them, because if any of your viewers have some free time, we're going to be looking for more volunteers. So they're starting to ramp back up, get ready for an October opening. It's a great way to give back to the community, and it's really only like a few hours a month that you have to dedicate. Usually it's just one person once a month that you're driving to and from their appointment. It's a great way to meet some neighbors. So yeah. And then some of the other things we do is we like to promote some of the walking and biking opportunities in town. So we're fortunate to have the Across Lexington trails here.
Awesome.
We don't manage those, but we love to tell people about them. And we are also oversee the Safe Routes to School program.
Okay.
So that's something that's new for our office this year, but we want to really encourage families to look at, all the Safe Routes to School maps to see if walking and biking are options for you. And then we host events like we just had a big helmet giveaway and fitting event for kids, bike rodeos to teach people bike skills. This past weekend, we just had a Smart Cycling for Adults program, which was actually a lot of fun. I ended up taking it myself.
Nice.
And in the fall, we have a lot more events that are coming up, including.
Nice. How do I find out about those events?
Great question. So we have a website called lexbikewalkbus.org.
Okay.
And you can find out about all the events, all the resources, and there's also a link to some of the other transportation options that I mentioned.
Nice. So I've been telling my clients for years, and I hope it's right. So my understanding is the Lex Express, the first bus route every morning when school is in, drives by the high school. Is that a lie, or is that the truth?
So yes, well actually all of them right now. We redid our routes in August of 2020, losing track of time. So during COVID, we redid our routes, not because of COVID, it was something we'd been working on anyways. So we still have a bus that goes by the high school on the Waltham side, and it's doing it every single hour.
Okay.
So one thing that we're not doing is pulling into the high school.
Right.
The reason is that the traffic congestion at the schools is just so intense that, we try to avoid that. So right now we just stay on Waltham, but they let kids out right at that section there on Waltham. What we find is that for the high school, a lot of the kids just end up, especially after school, just coming to the center anyways and waiting for the bus here.
Right.
But yeah, getting that ride a little bit closer to the school is kind of handy. So yeah.
Nice. All right, good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, well, I'm impressed that you're telling your clients about Lex Express. That's great.
Well, it's a great thing. I mean, you go to Alewife, you go to the mall, like any place your kid wants you to take them, right?
Yeah, well, Lex Express itself doesn't go to Alewife, but you have the services here like the MBTA or the Rev Alewife shuttle that goes to Alewife. So yeah.
Nice. Yeah, it's awesome. So, thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you very much.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Anything else you think anyone should know?
Let's see. Well, this Friday we have a bus bike rack practice session that we're doing. So that'll be, and we do those about once a month. So again, you can look at that lexbikewalkbus.org. We'll have a bus parked in the lot over here. Bring your bike, or I'll have my own, and you can practice using those bike racks that are on the front of buses.
How to do that?
Yeah, because the racks, we'll practice on a Lex Express bus, but the racks they use are very similar to the ones that MBTA and other transit agencies use. So it's a nice way to get comfortable doing that. So yeah.
Who knew there was so much to it? Right?
Yeah.
So, thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you very much.
Appreciate it.